Good morning, Jonathan, or good afternoon. Can't hear you, so you can turn on your mic if you want to.
This helps to. I was
There you
wondering how
go.
your lip reading is.
Well, it's not
I'll
so
do
good
do
anymore.
sign language as well.
You look very tropical today.
Yeah, well, it's Florida. We're getting going down here, so
Oh,
yes,
yeah. Starting to get hot.
definitely. Yeah, 90 or thereabouts, and it's the humidity starts building now, so we'll get those tropical storms wash
Yeah,
us
yeah,
all
those are
out.
frightening.
So, where are you actually located?
So I'm in Victoria, BC.
Okay, and that's
Yeah,
just
far west
outside
coast.
Vancouver.
So just over the water. So the Vancouver is on the mainland, and then we're just over the water on the island here.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Anyways, nice to see you. Hi, Pammy. Suzette, nice
Hi,
to see
Timmy.
you.
Hi, Jonathan and Suzette.
Hi,
I haven't
Penny.
seen your face in a long time, Suzette. How are you?
No, I'm doing well. Happy to be here and to see everyone.
Good, good. Well, we may have people joining. We're going to get through kind of rapid fire as many questions as we can through this
Sure.
hour. So, for those of you who might be watching on YouTube, because I do post this, so FYI, um, this is something I do every month for our free community, just as a way to help you guys get unstuck, move forward, and keep going forward in your business. So,
Love it.
Jonathan, do you want to start with a question you have for me?
I'm not sure I do. Well, I guess I'm now at the place of the uncertainties. So I've got the pilot program now working on Thinkific
Okay,
with some advisors who are signed up. And I
good.
guess I've got the sort of slight nervousness in that I've seen in the one of the programs, I don't get the tally when they go and do a tally assessment or an assessment with tally, it's not
Yep.
coming through to me. And so, there's a little bit of uncertainty on my part of is it all
Mhm.
working the way it's supposed to be working?
Yeah, great
So I'm not
question.
sure I've got a deliberate question, but
Well,
every time I
it
seem to
can be
see,
a question. We can certainly address it because I think, are you using Tally for feedback? What are you
oh,
using the
there's
Tally
two.
form for?
So there are two tally things in the four modules of the personal program, and I get notification of the second one. I don't get notification of the first one. If I go into tally on the dashboard, I can find it, but
Okay.
it's not flowing into me automatically if someone does it.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to do a quick screen share here. Perfect. So I'm just in one of my Tally forms here. And if you go into the Tally form and you click on settings,
Hmm.
scroll down and make sure your self email notifications are on. So
Okay.
toggle
Thank you.
those on. If you are not on the free, if you're on the free plan, you can't change this at all. If you are on a paid plan, you can change all of this as well.
Okay, brilliant.
So if it's not
I
if it's not coming through to you, that's why,
okay,
because you don't have those notifications turned on. Simple thing to fix.
lovely. Thank you.
Does that help?
Definitely, yes.
Okay. And second question, you feel nervous about launching it. Have you gone through it as a student?
Pretty much. So one of the things I found out in module two is click here for an email to send. So the email comes up, but then there are, tr changing the wording of the email. So when I go in to look to change the settings in Thinkific and actually the wording of the email,
Mhm.
there's all sorts of percentages and 20. It's not just here's an email, copy this and send it. There's
Yeah.
a formatting of the email, and I did look through one of the video, the video you did for me when you put the website together, but I couldn't find where you created that email, and so I've been able to tweak it, but it was very clanky in the way I did it.
Okay. So I'm going to show you this. So what Jonathan is talking about is that you can create a link for someone to email you with the subject line auto-populated and the body auto-populated. So that's really handy when you want them to send you an email about a specific thing or having a specific subject line. Now they can obviously change that, but that's what you're talking about, Jonathan, right?
That is correct. And
I'm going
again,
to
I just
talk.
want it to feel smooth for the user. So as yes, they can change it, but the
Yeah.
idea is how do I, improve on it so they don't have to.
Yeah, and it's making it as easy as possible for them, right? That's why
Correct.
we're doing this.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to show you the easiest way. You're going to go to any AI tool that you use, in my case, Claude Cowork, and I'm going to say, Hey, Sloan, can you create an automated email? No, can you create an email link that has the subject line and the body auto-populated? Just do a test run for me now so I can see what that link looks like. Now, in your case, Jonathan, you would say, here's what I want the subject line to be, and here's what I want the body to be. And it's going to give you a link here that you're going to use as the link. So when someone clicks on it, it opens the email. Here
Now,
we
do you
go.
have
Here's
that
how.
set up already for
No,
Thinkific?
nope. It doesn't. You can use this with anything, Thinkific or
Oh, ooh,
anything else. Yeah. So I have like buttons on my website that'll say click here to email me. And when the email auto populates, like they click on that link, it opens an email in whatever email they use. Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, whatever they use.
and is this just a new conversation you're having within
Mhm.
Claude, or is it within a project?
It's within a project only because it knows about me and my business. So every
Hmm.
conversation I have about this business is going to be in this project. But here we go. So here's how a
Yeah,
mail to link works. Click the button below to see it in action. So it's put in, now you're not going to put, yeah, you are going to put who it's to. That would be you, the subject line. And then it's done a test email here for me. And then it's given me the link here to copy it. Now let's test it. So it's saying test it, open an email client. So let's try that. Or not. But at the end of the day, it gave you the link. So there's the link that you can just put literally anywhere and say, click here to email me, and it's auto-populated for you.
lovely. Thank you.
Okay? Yeah. Super handy trick to use because you can use it across any platform this will work with.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? You're very welcome. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, good afternoon.
I don't think we've met before, have we, Lisa?
No, I just hopped
Oh,
on. Like I've been getting
good.
your yeah, I've been getting your stuff and I just thought I'd hop on and I thought I'd be a little more discreet. I
Listen, you can
showered
turn off your
today.
video if you want. I don't care if you show up with
No,
wine,
I don't
coffee,
care.
hair
I'm
done,
not gonna
hair not.
no. But no, I've been watching and following and I'm getting really close, ready to ramp up a whole lot of stuff with my company. So I'm
Nice.
exploring options. I have a lot.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad you've joined us. We just do a
Thanks.
rapid fire Q&A here. So I'm going to go to Suzette next because she was next on the call. Suzette, what do you have for me, honey?
Um, okay, I had to unmute. So you sent out something a week or so ago, and you touched on it, which were testimonials. And you nailed it. You can, a person can just, you can grab them, but to get them over the fence is another student having a similar experience, and that gets them over the fence. I'm wondering now if you could talk a little bit because, and I guess I kind of got like maybe a two-part question, right? Because I am, you might recall my 7 day. So guys, just for everybody on the call, just a little context, my content is all spiritual in nature. And I talk to people who want to turn to or turn back to God, and I invite them to do that. And so there's a course that I have, 7 days to a more intimate relationship with God. I don't know if you remember that, Kim, but she
I
did.
do.
Anybody thinking about building a course, she did an amazing job. I mean, just
Bless
far
your heart.
exceeded my expectations. What is lacking are the testimonials. So I'm like, you know what? I got a group of gals who are going to go through this for me 7 days. They're going to do it. And now I'm going to collect their testimonials. But I'm like, what do I do? Do I put that on the course page? Do I put that on my website? And that was the original question for you. And then when I read your email, it seems like that's a bit dated. There is this widget that you talk about that's using that. Now, I don't have your skills. So the fact that you said you did it at zero cost, that means nothing to me because I couldn't do it like that.
Well, you can. So that's why I put
Okay.
together that tool for you. So it's called the Floating Testimonial Widget. Let me pull it up here for you so I can kind of walk you. There's three parts to it. It is, give me 1 second to find it because I haven't actually kind of got it up live.
Okay.
Um, I mean, it's live for sale, but I haven't really got it somewhere that you're going to be able to find it right now. So give me
Okay.
2 seconds. I'm going to find this, and then we're gonna talk about the 3 tools that you're gonna use because it is free. That is the truth. You'll buy the floating testimonial widget builder if you want to. That is $99, and that is the only cost that you have. And you can use this across multiple courses, any pages, whatever you want to use it for, it's yours at that point to use. It's just a system.
Kim,
It's a
you
system
know,
of 3
can you
things.
can you talk a little bit if you had to name 2 or 3 things why this is more beneficial
Mm.
for in terms of a testimonial as opposed to the traditional way of just somebody being videotaped and putting that up somewhere?
Well, no, I'm not saying those aren't good. Those are good.
Mhm.
Any testimonials that you can collect are good testimonials. Video testimonials are gold. However, most people aren't sending you video testimonials. A very small percentage of your people will send those to you. So when you can get them, fantastic, utilize them. I'm not saying don't have testimonials other places. Here's the difference though. Let me just go over here for a second. So here's a sales page for the collective. Okay. It's our membership product that we do. So I'm at the top here. I'm reading this, but what's catching my eye? Right down here. There's no testimonials on this section of the page right now, but this keeps popping up. What's this saying? Oh, interesting. So Alfred's having a great experience. Okay, I'll continue reading. Blah, blah, blah. I keep reading. Oh, there's another one. I'm going to turn my head back. We're automatically drawn to things, to movement, things that are popping up. So I'm still on the sales page, but I'm not even at the testimonials yet. So before I even get to the testimonials on my sales page, people are already seeing, holy shit, someone's bought and someone's bought and someone's bought, and this is what they're doing and this is what they have to say. You can see how much more powerful that is because I'm not even at a part on the sales page where you're at the testimonials. So on a traditional sales page, you have testimonials included, which I have. But if they're not on the testimonial section or they scroll by it, I want to keep those testimonials in front of them. And that's what the floating widget does.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it does. It does make sense. Let me ask you, could you add video to that floating
No.
widget? No,
No,
it's
and
just, it's only
it's not
words.
for that. It is for, hey, this person might be like you. Hey, this person might be like you. Hey, I mean, how many people on a sales page are going to read every single testimonial? Not many. They're going to kind of scan them. And what if they scan one and that person is not like them? Then they're just going to keep going. And that social proof might impact them somewhat. But when you have person after person, this person bought this, here's what they had to say. This person bought that, this was what they have to say. So I think it's powerful for that reason, that it keeps that in front of them all the time. Every time it pops up, their eye goes back to it. More social proof, more social proof. So that's why I love them. Conversion rate, way better than just regular ones on your sales page. Again, I'm not saying don't have them on your sales page. Have them on your sales page, but the floating testimonial widget just kind of amps up that social proof and keeps it in front of them while they're on the page the entire time. When we talk about the 3 parts of this, so one of the things is that a lot of people have feedback forms that they'll put either on their completion page after their course or within their actual course itself. And we cross our fingers and hope they're going to fill it out, right? But it's a 2-part process normally. You send them a feedback form or you ask them to complete a feedback form. And then at what point do you actually ask for the testimonial? They're usually 2 separate things that we send. With this system, it's one tally form, and you're first asking some simple feedback. And then on the form itself, it says, would you like to leave a testimonial? And if they say yes, it asks them what name they'd like on the testimonial, because they might not want their full name. It asks for their testimonial, and it asks them to upload a headshot. So here's another part of the problem. On Thinkific, for instance, if you just use their regular leave a review default review page, generally it won't include headshots because that person has not gone into their profile and uploaded their headshot before they leave a testimonial. So now all we have is a written testimonial, which is not good social proof because anyone can write a testimonial.
Right.
It's much, so step up from that, from a written testimonial is a testimonial with a headshot. Step up from that is a video testimonial. but the chances of getting a video
Yes.
testimonial are slim. So let's go back down to one. And if we're going to get a testimonial, let's make sure we got a headshot to go with it. Much better social proof. So this system is a tally form template that you just make your own, put it into your Thinkific site. Then it goes, you integrate it with a Google Sheet, which is part of Tally. And then this floating testimonial widget takes the information from that Google Sheet. And so every time you upload that Google Sheet or update it, you don't even need to update it. When someone leaves a testimonial on your feedback form, it goes onto the sheet. When you know that someone has left a feedback, you go in there and you either mark the testimonial as approved or denied. You either want to show it or you don't. And by doing that, that widget automatically picks that up. So it is free, and you could build it in under 2 hours max because it's literally template, template, template. Okay? So I'm not trying to sell you on it. I'm just saying it is easy. I built it in under an hour, but I built it so that you guys could do it in under 2 hours. Everything done, floating widget on the page, ready to go. Does that help, Suzette?
Wow. It does. And let me just ask you this. If I get stuck, can I come, will you do it?
Will I do it for you? No. It's set up for you to do it. You're not going to get stuck. If you get,
Okay.
I'm telling you, I have run this through people, and my entire audience, you have to remember, are non-techies. They describe themselves as tech phobes, tech dinosaurs, scared of tech. This is a product I built for them. Okay? So you're not going to get stuck. And if you are, reach out to me by email. Tell me where you got stuck, because that will help me. Maybe I need to do something in the product, but I have run this by several people who are not techie at all, and all of them were able to build it without an issue.
Got it. Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Confidence in you, and it was built for people who are not techie.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Lisa, do you have any questions, hon? Where are you at in your process?
I've been on Thinkific several years. I'm in a real niche. I'm a oncology rehabilitation specialist.
Okay.
So I've been spending literally, I sold my therapy clinic, and now I just want to give back and do education training and consulting. And I had a private job with a rural hospital in Illinois. And so I've spent the last year and a half building product.
Cool.
And I'm in the last phase, and I know I am not a marketer. I'm not a social media person. I'm a therapist. So
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm entering a scary phase, and I'm a one-man show,
Yeah.
one-man band. So
Yeah, as
I'm exploring.
most of us start out that way.
So I'm exploring options. I just got I'm an occupational therapist, so I've just got accepted as an approved provider for the AOTA Association, which was a big deal. And I've got all my CEUs ready to go. So my next step is figuring out, I know I have to revamp my whole website and match everything up. So I'm here just to learn and listen. And I've been looking at your stuff and some other sites and seeing like where am I going to go to market it? Because when this product is done come July, like I have to get that all set up. So I'm feeling really out of my element. I'm trying to educate before I actually spend the money and what I want to do. So
yeah. So a lot of people come to me having created a course with no audience. And I'm glad we're talking now, because when you create a product with no audience, you have no one to buy it. Do you have an audience? Do you have an email list? Do you have a social following of any kind?
I have like 300. That probably doesn't sound like a lot. I've got 300 some people. I've been teaching courses through other companies.
Okay.
But, and then, like I said, like the reason I did this whole rural hospital thing, I've certified like 50 therapists, but I don't have a huge following. So no.
You don't need a huge following, but you do need an engaged following.
Yeah.
So those 300 people, are they on your email list?
Yeah. I'm just not sending anything out. I'm not marketing right now because I'm not ready to market because I want to have the product
Doesn't matter.
done.
Doesn't matter. Right now, you are at the part where we call building relationships. And that doesn't end when you launch.
Yeah.
You need to be visible right now. You need to get visible. Yeah. So do you have a way for people to get on your email list? Like if I wanted to get on your email list, how would I do that?
Yeah, like if you go to Thinkific, you can get on my list. And like, if you go to my website, I have
Or
something
hold on a
set
sec.
up.
If I went to Thinkific, I couldn't get on your list because Thinkific has nothing to do with your site.
All right,
You have a
Lee,
Thinkific site.
I have a Thinkific site all set up and done, and I
Right.
have
But
a
if I didn't
website.
know what your website was or your Thinkific site, how would I get to you? How would I?
Oh, you'd have to like search oncology rehab on the internet. You'd have to search for what I do.
Okay. So I search for oncology rehab. Let's say just by chance I find your Thinkific site or your website. Where is the sign up for the email on those?
So I'm sounding really stupid because
No,
I
you're
haven't
not.
really. So I know in Thinkific there's a lead thing
Mhm.
that shows up, and I've been looking at those metrics. And on my website, I have something where like sign up here. Like I have a pop-up that comes up and it
Okay.
will.
What's that connected to? Do you know? Okay. So
It comes to my email. Whatever I know is I get an email of that person.
do you
Or I
use
get
mail
no, it's not an email. I get a like they try to contact me or something. I don't know. I have to look into it. I'm
some kind
sounding
of
so
notification?
stupid.
No, it doesn't sound stupid. Everyone starts here. Everyone starts here. So here's what I would say. Number one, you need to know what happens when someone signs up for your email list. Because if I
Yeah.
sign up for your email list, let's say I'm on your website, I sign up for your email list, and now what? Am I getting an email from you? Do I just go
No.
into the abyss? So then there's no relationship being built right now, right?
No, I think it's just if people sign up for a course. Like I had therapists from Malta, which is a small little island
Yeah,
south of Italy, and they signed up to take my course, and then I connected through them through the course. So
right. But
yeah,
do you understand what I'm saying? Like if you,
yeah,
so great that you have an email list, but you're not doing anything with it.
I am not.
Right.
I am
So we
not.
don't wait until we have a course to engage people. We use that to build a relationship. So we're sending out emails that are just value, tips, tricks, tidbits. Let me get to know you. There might be surveys. We need to engage them at this point because you can't just have no relationship and ask them to marry you when the course comes out. You got to
Correct.
date them a little bit, right? We got to date our
Yeah.
people a
Yeah.
little bit. So that's
Yeah.
number one. So number one, go into all of your email opt-ins, wherever you have those forms, and go through
Hmm.
it and find out what happens as a person who's signing up for this. Because you should
Okay.
know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not unusual. And I have clients who've been doing this for a year or two and still don't know what happens because they don't test it. So you got to test your own stuff. You got to know what's happening with it. Number two, the best thing you could do right now is get active on social. So where's your audience hanging out?
Yeah. What my plan was, I hate Facebook. I'm not going to lie. What I'm doing is I'm taking all this product that I'm building right now in the course, and I'd like to do educational YouTube clips. So that will be how I'd like to market through YouTube. So I'm
Okay.
thinking.
Does your audience hang out on YouTube? What are they doing on YouTube? Do you know?
So they're looking for education on oncology rehab. So what I read and researched is that like therapists that want to know something will go to the like short YouTube education videos versus like a Facebook.
Well, you don't know that. We're
No.
making an assumption because you know nothing about your people because you've never surveyed them or talked to them, right?
Well, I guess it's from what I looked on AI and stuff and what people are where therapists go for education.
Which is a good start, but you
Hmm.
have people right now on your list.
I guess my fear, and I'm feeling really out of my element, is that I already have some courses up there. I didn't want to draw a lot of people to my courses till I have this product, because then they're going to go there and it's like older material. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to drive people to my site till I have it looking better.
Okay, so you're thinking that social is just to drive people to your site. And what I'm telling you is that social is for being visible, getting in front of an audience and building a relationship with them.
Yeah,
We
I'm
don't
hearing
do
what you're saying now.
video or social just to hammer them with buy this course, buy this course, buy this course. If
Correct.
right? You don't follow people who are constantly like, buy this, buy this, buy this. It's super
No, no,
freaking annoying.
no,
Right.
no.
So when I'm talking about right now, get on social, I'm talking about pick up your phone and say, like, so you train trainers, or you train, who do you train? Who's your audience?
Therapists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, speech therapists. I do.
Perfect. What is one of the biggest blocks for them, or obstacles, or things that they have a hard time with?
Well, so I think one of the biggest things is in our field of education is, getting what you need. Like what I'm sounding stupid, but
No, you're not, honey. No, this is everyone starts here.
I'm creating a whole ecosystem. So rather than just
Yes.
doing education, and I'm going to have all my I've been reading about the lead in and give free things, is
Yep.
that what I want to provide is taking evidence-based research and putting it into practical use so they can just take it and use it. So in our
Perfect. So
field,
right now, I don't care what you're going to do. What I want to know is what that person, your target person, what are they struggling with? What fears do they have? What pain points do they have? What problems do they have? Just give me one. I'm a therapist. Why would I come to you for anything?
I think you're so busy trying to document and treat patients that you don't have the time to just have stuff that you need that you can immediately use. And have the background in cancer. Like you don't have, you think of it as a specialty, but it's not. Everyone needs to know how to do cancer. So you're
Okay, why
so
does
busy.
everyone need to, why does, sorry to keep interrupting, but I want to get to the root of this. So why do all of these therapists need to have cancer training?
Because cancer patients are living longer and we're treating them. And it's not just to be a specialist, like you need basic skills that you're not really
Mhm.
learning in
Mhm.
training so that we can take care of them appropriately. Because it's a
Perfect.
chronic condition.
Perfect. Hi, I'm Lisa, and hi, I'm Lisa. Let's start with a good hook. So you don't think that you need to, let me think this thing through for a second. So you don't think that you need to have cancer training as a therapist. There we go. So you don't think you need to have cancer training as a therapist? Let me give you 3 reasons why you do. You just hooked them in. You just started this video and you just deliver 3 tips right there. We don't ask them for anything. We don't do anything. Follow for more. End of story. And then you post it. YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you are. I don't care. You don't need to be on 6 different channels. But I'm going to think that your therapists are going to be on LinkedIn, and they're probably going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, I have a LinkedIn thing. Yeah.
Perfect. So film that, put it on LinkedIn, and film that and put it on YouTube Shorts, and literally don't edit. You don't need to do anything with it. Just as you're thinking about things, like as you're creating this course and you're creating parts of this course, take a little component of what you're thinking about and post it.
Yeah.
This is all about value, visibility, followers, and not even like follow, like the algorithms don't care now about how many, like who your followers are. They're showing your content to people who are interested in the content. That could be one piece of content. They don't need to follow you to see that content. It's just attention, right?
Yeah.
Do one of those every day. Doesn't matter if you want to be on camera or you don't, because they don't care what you look like, whether your hair is done, what's going on. They want what you have. So start giving them some of what you have. That's my best piece of advice for you right now. Just get visible.
Yeah. It's so out of my comfort zone, but I know that's what I'm going to have to do.
So you know what? Don't put them on YouTube Shorts right now. Give yourself 7 days. Say for 7 days, I'm gonna film myself 3 times a day for 7 days. It's just about putting in the reps right now. And in
Mm-hmm.
7 days, 21 pieces of content you'll have. If you want to post them, you can. If you don't want to, and you've just used them as reps and practice, that's cool too. But
Okay.
on day 8, I want you to start filming and posting.
Okay.
Okay. And what's the worst that's going to happen? So someone is going to look at you and say, I don't like her voice. So what? It
I
doesn't
know.
matter. What matters is that you get to connect with the people who need your help. And that's
Mm-hmm.
who you're focused on right now. You're not focused on anyone else, whether they like you, if they don't like you, they'll swipe,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
You're not
Sure.
an influencer. They're not going to come in and go, oh my God, look at your hair. They don't care. That's not going to happen. So put all those fears aside. They don't care. They want to connect with people who have what they need.
Yeah.
So just start filming. Do it for 7 days, and on the 8th day, start posting.
Okay.
Okay. And you can do that all while you're doing your course, but you need to get visible and people need to know who you are before you start marketing. Okay.
Thank
Commitment?
you. Yeah.
Perfect. Love it. I'm an action girl. I am an
Yeah.
action girl, Lisa. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only way we get anywhere is if we just keep moving one step. Doesn't have to be a big step, just one step forward. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jonathan, back to you. Do you want me to come back to you or?
Well, it's just going to check in. You're recording this. How can we get hold of a copy of the recording?
Yeah, so it's going to be on YouTube when we're done. So within 24 hours, it'll be up on
Okay.
YouTube. Yep.
Okay. Excellent.
That's hilarious.
Just to fuel your fears a little bit, Lisa. Here we go.
There you go, Lisa. There's your first video on YouTube.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So glad I showed up. Face my fears.
And you didn't even know it. And that wasn't so hard, right? It wasn't so hard.
Oh.
You didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your job is to I'm going to go back to you just for a second. Why are you doing this? You're doing this to help the therapists and ultimately help their patients.
Yeah, I want to help people living with cancer. There's no doubt on my commitment and my content and what I do.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
But
that's
if they
not a
don't
problem.
know you exist, you can't help them. And so
Correct.
hiding and not doing it is doing a disservice to them and ultimately
Yeah.
to you. And
Yeah.
that's not fair to anyone. So forget about all of it's so hard and everyone goes through this. But I'm telling you, it's just reps. And once you film 21 of those little things, you're going to be like, I can do this. And then the hard part's going to be putting out the one on the 8th day. How do I put out that short? How does that work? How do I do it? And you're just going to use AI or Google to help you through that process.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just going to post the first one. And then the next day, you're going to post another one. And the next day, you're going to post one a day right now.
Okay.
60 seconds, 30 seconds, I don't care. It has to start with a hook, has to provide value. Okay. So you're not starting it with, hi, I'm Lisa. You're going to get some energy and you're going to say, what's the biggest pain point that you're going to address in here? And that's what you're going to start it with. You got to start it with a hook. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Suzette, back to you, hon.
Yeah.
What, we're losing you. I'm not sure. Maybe your internet is.
I
Okay,
want,
try again.
there is some, can you hear me
We
now?
got you now. Yeah, it's just spotty. There's some lag there. We're good. Try again.
Yeah. I'm all the way downstairs and I wonder if that's doing it. But anyway, one of the things some of the feedback that I'm getting, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Some of the feedback that I'm getting for my course, 7 days to an intimate relationship with God, is the copy is, and I think we've talked about this briefly, but the copy is too long. I am meeting people who are already overwhelmed, and then when they get to my site, the homepage is very clear, but the moment they begin to scroll, the immediate thought is they need to read through. I don't know how they're missing the enroll button, but they need to read through everything before they can enroll. And I think one of the solutions and one of the things I want to test is I'd like to hide a few of the pages just to get to here's the offering, here's the bonus, here's how much it costs. If you want to know more, you can enroll now or keep reading. And then, truncate that other information. So for those who want to do a deeper dive can, but for those who are already sold, they're not overwhelmed by all of the pages.
There's only one page, but there's different sections on the page. Do you not have a call to action button at the top that says get the details that jumps them down to the pricing section?
I do not.
Okay. So that would be the first thing. Then you probably want to put a button at the top that says something like, get the details, and that would jump them down to that section of your page. Alternatively, you could move the sections around on your page if you wanted to test it. It's really, I mean, it's drag and drop with Thinkific. The way we built yours was, using sections. So you can just drag those sections around. Now, if you're going to do that, leave it for long enough that you've had enough traffic to really gauge, does it increase conversions or does it not increase conversions? And then if you want to get more, every one of these steps is a little more complicated. So try and give you the very simplest step to start with. And simplest step, if you feel like it's too overwhelming for them, move the sections. I mean, sales pages are built a certain way. They are a story that we tell. If you put the price in front of them too early, before they're at the peak of the story,
Correct.
you're going to lose them. So that's why we don't put pricing right at the top on
That's right.
on a sales page, right?
I like the, it's the home page and then it's are you blah.
Wait a second for you to catch up here.
Right. And then the next section is, you think after the imagine, that's the cutoff. Did you hear that?
That's the cutoff for what?
Yeah. And then that's the part that I want to truncate to some degree. I want to just, I've identified the problems. I imagine you could be in this state, and now boom, this is it. This is your go or no go point. So if you're ready to make the leap and buy, you can, or if you want to do a deeper dive, you can. Instead, they're continuing
here's where more
to
complication comes in. Yeah. So here's where more complication comes in. First of all, is this them telling you this, or is this you believing that this is a problem?
No, I've had that feedback.
Okay. So you have two different audiences coming to your page. One is a warm audience who probably knows, likes, and trusts you already. In which case, the sales page really should be a different sales page than a cold audience who doesn't know, like, and trust you. However, most people in your situation, when I start telling them that you need multiple sales pages, depending on how they're coming to you with different things and different ways that it's arranged, freak out a little bit. It's technical, and it means you've got to do more with it. But the reality is, the warm audience need a buy button at the top. And I don't mean that it needs to say buy, but they need something, a call to action in the hero section that they can do something with it right now. Whereas a cold audience, if you do that, you're going to freak them out. So if you have one sales page, you're constantly like, okay, I know it could be a warm audience, could be a cold audience. So how am I going to arrange this so that I can meet them both where they're at? That's the challenge. So I think if you had, here's what I would do if I were you. First thing I would do is add a button to the hero section at the top that says something like get the details. Because what most people want is they want to know immediately what the price is to know if it's out of their budget or not, or what they perceive to be out of their budget. And number two, what are they going to get for it? And I don't mean how many modules and how many this. They don't care about that. They care about your people are busy. They have time constraints from what you've just said. Correct?
Right. And keep in mind, you designed this page. So my thinking, if my memory serves
Several
me,
years ago.
On the sales page, it is,
Several years ago, we did this for you, right?
I think 2
years. Okay.
2 years ago.
A lot
Yeah.
can change in 2 years.
Yes. So but my point is, there is the enroll now, read more. There is that.
Okay. So you do have 2 call to action buttons at the top.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you said you didn't have any call to action buttons.
Yes. But now now that you say that more, it is enroll. But what's happening is people are scrolling, they're missing that button. Maybe I need to highlight it in a different color or something because they're missing it and they're just, and the next, they keep scrolling and it's like, when does this page ever end?
Okay. What's your URL, Suzette?
Okay, it's blues2blessings.com. And if you click on 7-day course, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Let's have a quick look here. 7-day course. Okay, so that's part of the problem. I would change this so it doesn't say 7-day course. No one wants to take a 7-day course. What are they going to get out of this?
Okay.
What's
Ah,
the final result that they're going to get from being in that 7-day course?
all righty. Well, a more
Right?
intimate relationship with God. Okay.
Okay. Want a more intimate relationship with God, or see if you can close that gap even more.
Yes. Okay, that's really, and I was trying to do I trying to keep the site very clean, simple. Take the 7-question quiz, understand your path, take the course. Seven
Yeah, but you
question
can
quiz,
still do
seven
that,
day
but
course.
no one wants to take a course and no one wants to take a quiz. So the two options that you've given me, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do this. I want the
Okay.
result,
Yes.
but I don't want to
So
take
then
a
let
course.
me ask you. So
Yeah.
when you take the quiz, you land on one of 4 paths. You're either
Mhm.
searching, stuck, spiritually exhausted, or skeptical. Would
Mhm.
you say in this button here, instead of 7-question quiz, what's your path? Question mark?
Well, I don't know. Are your people landing here going, I wonder what my path is? Probably not.
No.
What are they saying? What's bringing them here?
Well, a lot of them are searching.
Searching for what?
Yeah, well, so the woman I speak to is this. She's 55 to 64. She's an empty nester. She's
Okay,
trying to
I'm going to
find out
stop
that
you for a
next
second,
chapter of
just
her
for the
life.
sake of time. Hold on, Suzette. What is she searching for? So I don't need to know all about her. I want to know what she's searching
Her
for.
life's next chapter. What is she going to do next? She's an empty nester,
What
and
is she
but
going to
but
do
she's
next?
also lacking this intimate relationship with God as well.
Okay, so she wants to know what's next as far as her spiritual path or
And
religious
and
path.
and in life, like what is she's not ready to retire. She's got way more time on her hands. She wants to do something more meaningful, and she's trying to find the answer to that. And I
Right, but
meet
you're
two
not
types of
teaching her
people.
that. You're not teaching her what she's going to do with this next part of her life. You're guiding her to have a more intimate relationship with God, is what you said, correct?
That is correct. And
Okay.
inspiring her to step out in faith toward that next thing.
Okay, so the
So
inspiration comes later. What she's searching for when she comes here is not her path. She wants to know, what am I going to do with the next chapter of my life? That's what you just told me. Um, she might also be searching for, so you need to know the exact words that would bring her to this page. Because if the words are, I want a better relationship with God, and I come here and it says uncover your path, there's a complete disconnect there,
that makes
right?
sense. That makes perfect sense.
You have to speak their language, and that's not
Uh-huh.
their language. That's your language. So let's briefly here go over to your course sales page now. So
Yeah.
yeah, you've got an enroll now and a learn more right here before they do any scrolling. So if I click
But
enroll
then,
now,
yeah.
it takes
And
me
then
down to
and then
the,
it just keeps going on. You see, you don't get down to the price until much later. So it just
well,
goes
I can get to the price right from the
on and
beginning though,
on. And
right? I can click enroll now and get down to the pricing section. I don't have to scroll to do that. And then there's more buttons here that they could keep. Again, come down to the pricing section or keep exploring. Like through this whole thing, you're giving them this option. So if they're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, I don't know why they are, because there's buttons all through that guide them to the information that they're ultimately looking for. They're all through your page.
Mhm.
So why do you think that you're getting this? Why is there so much information on here? That's what I'm confused about.
Yeah, and I guess maybe the other point you made was maybe more of the people who are looking at it are more warm as opposed to
Mhm.
cold.
Mhm.
Cold would appreciate more info, whereas warm doesn't need it so much. So maybe that's part of
Potentially,
the issue.
potentially. However, we've covered cold and warm audience on there because there's links all throughout to get to the details that they want, pricing, what's in it, right?
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
don't, Have you heard this from many, many people? Or is this like one person who said to you there's too much information on this page?
No, it's been a handful. I would say at least 5 or 6 different people who've said, it's kind of and one person used the word, it just feels a little overwhelming to me. There's so much information there. I'm not going to
Okay.
read all of that.
Hi, Jonathan. Yeah. So they don't have to read everything on the page, though. Like, I think it's interesting that they think that they need to read, like, you don't need to read everything on the page. Maybe what you want to look at doing is combining sections, not eliminating sections, because there is a story that has to be built through this. But that's not to say that you couldn't
Mhm.
combine certain sections, right? Let me just go back
Yeah.
here. Hold on. Let me go back up again. So important, 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 but maybe all of this can be combined. Maybe all of this section here could be combined into one section. Maybe it doesn't need to be 5 different points here.
Hmm.
The other thing to keep in mind is that people scan, they don't read. That's one of the reasons we use like
Yeah.
blocks and different sections and things like that,
Hmm.
right?
And most people
So,
are reading from their mobile too. And when you
yeah, but
do
it
it on the
works.
mobile, it also seems like they're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
Yeah, and they are scrolling, but every step along the way, they have the option to click a button to go enroll now or learn more.
It's very pretty and
Hmm.
engaging. It looks, it really is.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it is a pretty site, and I think you have hit the warm and the cold. I'm
Hmm.
not disregarding what they say. Did those people enroll? That's my question. The ones who
One
complained
did.
about
One
one did.
did.
Okay. And the other ones didn't. Do you know why?
One. No, just not ready at the time. Said they wanted to do it, but they would, but then never did.
Yeah.
And I didn't press
So
them either. Well, I never would
did you
press anyone, either
did
it's
you
for
talk
you
to
or
them on
it's
the phone?
not.
Did you
No,
talk to
I
them on the
did
phone? Is that how they
I did a
complained about
small
the
group. Yeah, no, I did a small group speech and I shared that this was the course that was available. At the end, people came up and talked, and I had a couple bites, but people obviously said they will follow up and then did not.
Yeah. And were those the same people who said, like, at what, I'm trying to
No,
understand at what point?
that was a different group. That was a different group
Okay.
who came up and so there were people in person, right?
Okay.
I did one. I was just trying to tell you in terms of I spoke to a group. Out of
Yeah.
that group, one came up. I also did a little bit of a beta with some people, but those are the people who are warm with me. But I thought they know me well enough; they would give me honest feedback.
Yeah.
And from that group, it came away where it's like, this is a lot of information. And I heard that. That was just sort of the repeated, this is a lot of information. Heads up, you wanted my feedback. I don't think people are going to read through all of this. You either grab them in the beginning, you tell them what it is, this is how much it costs, they're either in or not. All of that other stuff looks great. It's never going to get read.
Okay. And the people who said that to you, did they buy?
I got out of the feedback that I got one
Yeah.
person who bought.
Okay. Do you know what your conversion rate on your page is?
Oh,
How many
it's
people?
really low. And I haven't promoted it as well, but it's really, I mean, I've only sold a few courses.
I understand that, but how many people have landed on the page?
I don't know that.
Right. Okay. So in Thinkific, they have basic analytics. Do you have Google Search Console or Google Analytics
Mhm.
set up so that you can find out how many people actually landed on the page? Because if 5 people
I
landed on
did
the
have
page
Google
and
and
5 people bought, you have a 100% conversion rate, right? If you haven't been sending traffic to the page and you have 20 people that landed on the page and 5 bought, well, now you've got a 25% conversion rate, which is way over industry standards. So you can't really judge, do I need to make changes to this page or not, until I know what the conversion rate is.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So find
Okay.
out what the
And Google
conversion rate
Analytics
is.
would let me know that.
Google Analytics, yeah, would tell, yes, it'll tell you how many people have landed on the page and in a
Mhm.
certain time period. Right? So
Thinkific has that too.
they have basic analytics. Yeah. You can get some of that information from them. I will tell you, I'm not sure I trust it 100% because when I compare it to my own Google Analytics, it doesn't always match up. So you can look at it as a somewhat of a baseline. But until you know what your conversion rate is and what baseline you're working with, you really don't want to make changes to it because you need to know, is my conversion rate going up or down? If you don't know what your conversion rate is and you start making changes to it, how are you going to measure whether it's successful or not?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Right? So you need a
Yeah.
baseline. I know that my page is converting at 5%. What's the industry standard? You know, that's what you need to know right off the bat. Then, if you're going to make
Mhm.
changes, you're going to make minimal changes, provided that you're actually driving traffic to the page. But you might go
Mhm.
on the
Mhm.
analytics and find out that you're only getting 20 visits a month to that page. And maybe you're only getting
Yeah.
2 sales a month on that page. Well, you still got a 10% conversion rate, which is still over industry standards. So then the
Yeah.
problem is not
Yeah.
the freaking page. The problem is you're
Yeah.
not sending any traffic to the page. So you got to know what the problem is. We need to identify the problem before you start taking feedback and going, that's the problem. Because we don't know what the problem is right now.
Mhm.
Figure out what the
Mhm.
problem is
Mhm.
first. Is it the
Mhm.
page isn't converting or I'm not sending enough traffic to the page? You got to know
Right.
the problem before you can work on
Very
a
helpful.
solution.
Thank you.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
One more question. Lisa,
Sounds
do you
good.
want to have at me before we hop off?
No, I got to take this all in and maybe I'll set up a private session for next steps. I'm backwards. I didn't want to do too much social media.
Hold on, Lisa.
I think it's some of my perfection. I don't feel like my site is ready for
Sorry,
people,
can you start again, hon? The whole first part of that was lagged.
I think I know it's about building relationships, what you're saying, and I need to do that and get out there. My concern is that, oh, then they might look me up and go to my site, and it's not where I want it to be right now. So I'm in this I'm in this world when like everything has to be perfect, and then I really want to push sales. So I have to rethink how I'm doing things.
You need to stop worrying about it being perfect. You need to fail fast if you're going to fail. You don't want to put a ton of time and energy and something into something that might fail. And let's face it, anything we do could fail.
Oh
I'd
yeah.
rather see you fail fast. So if it's not perfect to you,
Mhm.
that doesn't mean, I mean, if you don't want anyone seeing the site right now, put a coming soon page on there as your homepage.
No, I don't care if they see it. I didn't want them to sign up for old courses when I have this whole big thing coming, I guess. I know that sounds ass backwards.
Well, so why do you have courses up if you don't want them to buy it? If you don't want to buy it. Hold on.
So I don't mind that they buy some old course. I'm redoing my whole certification. So I'm taking what I've done. What I've had up there is old, and I'm getting I'm revamping the whole thing to put up new stuff. So I'd rather have them get the new stuff. So
So why don't you take the old courses off for now then?
yeah, I can do that and just say coming soon or whatever.
Coming soon, have a waiting list up there. Maybe you've got a waiting list opt-in that they can get on the waiting list for when it comes. Just take those off if you don't want them buying them.
Yeah.
But don't wait till it's perfect because it will never be. You will keep pushing this off. So if you don't want them enrolling in the old courses and you're not proud of them, then take them off for now. And then so what if they go to your site? They learn a little bit more about who you are and what you do, and what's the worst that's going to happen?
Correct. Yeah.
We want to fail fast, fail early, put in the reps. It's all part of the, what we're trying to do here. We're not waiting till everything's perfect to launch. You can at least get yourself out there. And honestly, it's a stretch to think that someone is going to immediately go, oh my God, she's my savior. I'm going to go find every social site and every website she has. Sorry, your internet's lagging. Could you say that again, hun?
I didn't say anything. I was listening to what you were saying.
Oh, that was my garbled voice? Okay, great. So all I was saying was, I'm not saying you're not wonderful. You might be wonderful about what you do, but people are lazy. And they're probably not going to go look up your site unless something that you say really impacts them right off the bat.
Right.
And
No, I see what you're saying.
And that's going to take some practice from you to get comfortable on camera. And that's why you're going to put the reps in. And even if they go to your site and you've got your courses that are not there anymore, just put them back in draft mode or whatever you want to do to get them off. And then just do it. It will never be perfect, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
And it will never be, and that's the joy of this, is that it's dynamic, it's live. It doesn't have to be the same every day. I update my stuff all the time. I've always got new products that I'm creating and working on and whatever. It's just, we do this because we're creatives.
Right.
At some level, it doesn't matter what you're an expert in, we're all creative. We all have this creative brain that just wants to create and do stuff. So you can do that, but you've got to do this part too.
Yeah, I agree.
And just bring it into your daily workflow. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever it is, every morning you film your first, 12 o'clock you do your second. And I don't care if you do 3 back to back. I just want you to start practicing. Yeah?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Suzette, thank you for joining us. Sorry, the internet was not fantastic. Hopefully it wasn't. Anyways, there'll be a replay so you can catch up.
Yes.
Okay?
Lisa, I will say, Lisa, I can identify with you 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Maybe I'll see you next
100%.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Take
See
care.
you later. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining.
Bye.
Bye.